Hey, good evening from South Jersey. It is the 17th of January, 1:28 a.m., and I just want to give you guys some words of encouragement. I hope everybody's doing well. You know why you guys are so jacked up? Because you look at the TV too much. I think I mentioned that some weeks back. I haven't. And what I spot, I can see why you guys get so angst out. They've really normalized this whole, like, as if he's going to take command of this country, and he's not. And I'm here now to set your mind at ease. Donald Trump is not going to be sworn in as our next president. Donald Trump doesn't deserve to be standing up there, but it's poetic justice because he's going to get his just rewards, and you're going to see that. You guys, put your minds at ease, okay? Let me just break it down for you a little bit. Besides the fact how ludicrous it would be for Pete Hegseth to be our Secretary of Defense and run our country's military is so outlandishly ludicrous that one can only just shake their head. But they've normalized it on TV. I see that. I see Mark Rubio, that little kiss-ass pissant, POS. And we're going to surrender. Shut your ass. He's not going to be a Secretary of State. And this Pam Bondi that was before the Senate hearing, I caught a little glimpse of her. What a peach. Ms. Bondi, can you tell us regarding the 14th Amendment in the Constitution, what would you have to say about citizenship? Can you go into some detail for us? Senator, I'm not here to do your homework. I've been a prosecutor and blah. That's what you got with the Trump administration, these belligerent assholes. They have no character, no tact. The answer, Ms. Bondi, is simple. It's a one-word answer when it comes to citizenship that the senators were seeking. The one-word answer, and you couldn't provide it. It's called birthright. You nasty ass. If you're born in this country, you're a citizen of this country. Just because Donald Trump decides that he wants to go after the immigrants, just like Hitler wanted to go after the Jews, he wants to go after the immigrants, hate them to be so bad that represent less than 1% of the population, but they're the reason of our woes. You couldn't even answer that question. Birthright, miss, birthright. You're the prosecutor. You're an asshole. She's not going to be attorney general, and so I digress. But all these crazy stuff that you guys think, and that's why you're losing your mind watching all this normalcy. The media, Biden said, it's skewed. You can't even depend on it right now. That's why we're depending on one another right now for the right information to support one another. It's crazy. But yeah, those people, Pete Hegseth in charge of our military, Secretary of Defense, Mark Rubio, Secretary of State, Pam Bondi, it's just so outlandish. I shared with you a few videos back the analogy between Al Capone and Donald Trump. Al Capone, notorious gangster, extortion, murder, distributing alcohol between states, prohibition, bribery. Who knows all the things that guy had done? And what did they nail him on in the end? Tax evasion. Al Capone went away for tax evasion. Donald Trump, charity fraud, sexual assault, election interference. He's not even going to sign the ethics agreement when he enters the White House, which every president has to, but not him. He's going to be going down for, guess what? Falsifying business records. Doesn't sound sexy, but it has teeth. Al Capone, tax evasion. Donald Trump, falsifying business records. Do you remember a few weeks ago watching TV? 34 felony counts. Count 1, guilty. Count 2, guilty. Count 3, guilty. Remember that? That was like, woof, serious stuff, huh? The other numerous trials that this clown has had have stated, the Supreme Court justices and the other justices have all allowed him to be, to get off because he is the supposedly elected official. We'll find out later that the election results have been skewed, but that's not the battle we're going to fight right now. We're not going to call them out on a the election being false, being manipulated, which it was. But Donald Trump cheated in 3 elections. He cheated in the 2016 election. He cheated in the 2020 election. That's why he's so pissed off. You know when you cheat and you still lose? He can't even accept it. He can't get it in his freaking simple mind. We cheated and we still lost. Yeah, you did, you piece of shit. And then 2026, he really went balls to the wall. But that's for another discussion. I want to keep this short. So the trial that Donald Trump went to with the 34 felony accounts, that judge, look at the records, that judge didn't give him any leniency. That judge didn't give him an out. There is no, no. There is no out in that case for Donald Trump. He is guilty of the 34 felonies of falsifying business records. That's why he is going to be arrested and taken away. When is it going to occur? Well, let's look at that. This inauguration celebration, they have 30 miles of seriously manufactured fencing that is not to be scaled. The way it's designed is pretty smart. 30 miles of fencing, concrete barriers all around the Capitol, all around where dummy incited the insurrection many years back. If you don't fight like hell, you're never going to have a country again. And you question that if he incited the insurrection? That dumbass incited that insurrection. The January 6th report that came out was put out to show all Americans, MAGA and otherwise, that Donald Trump is guilty of inciting the insurrection. Furthermore, he wasn't going to concede it. Even if he would, regardless of the election results, Donald Trump was going to concede the election. You think they're going to give him a second chance at not conceding again? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we got 30 miles of fencing. We have concrete barriers. And what else do we have? Not 5,000, not 10,000, not 15,000. 25,000 law enforcement at the ready to quelch any shit that's going to go on. And what's going to go on? I'll tell you what's going to go on. When he doesn't get sworn in and the powers that be come down and converge on his dumbass, his MAGA people are going to lose their shit. He has them all invited the day before. Why the day before? He wants them there for the inauguration. The only question is this. Is he going to be arrested on the 19th when he's doing his me, am I a great guy, don't you guys love me rally? Or are they going to do it and really stick his nose in it on the 20th, the day of the inauguration? That's the only question at this point. So I want you to go back to sleep and feel good about this. The only thing is this. Is Donald Trump going to be arrested on the 19th or is he going to be arrested on the 20th? I can't even look at his stupid ass right now on TV. Oh my God. I can see why you guys are so anxious. And he's pointing, and I'm going to do 10 executive offers, 10 executive orders on day 1. And no, Pete Hegseth, that just nailed it for me. That's what I knew in my heart of hearts. This is freaking a dog and pony show now. This is all just pomp and circumstance. But they're sticking everybody's face in it, the media. And I believe in free speech in the media, but it's been manipulated. Donald Trump is not going to be sworn in. He is not going to be our next president. His clown of, oh my God, you're supposed to put a cabinet together. What do you put in a cabinet? Your mother's china. Beautiful teapot that Aunt Sarah brought from England. What does he have in his cabinet? It's not a cabinet, it's a junk drawer full of clothespins and sticky pads and squeegee toys and broken fucking reading glasses and pens that don't work. His fucking cabinet. Are you shitting me? That cabinet? You're going to have that letting our country function? It's not going to happen. And all that aside, Al Capone went away for tax evasion. Donald Trump's going to go away for falsifying business records. 34 felony counts, guilty. The FBI and the powers that be, our law enforcement, they're going to have their finest hour. This is going to be America's finest hour. The world, everybody, when we're all viewing this on the 19th and 20th, we're going to breathe such a sigh of relief. And why do they have 30 miles of fencing? Concrete barriers, really nice concrete barriers too, by the way. Set up really good. We have concrete barriers, 30 miles of fencing, and 25,000 law enforcement. They're there to prevent another insurrection. So I'm 10 minutes and 22 seconds in. I know I talked too much and I didn't get to the point and all this other stuff. But hey, listen, don't judge me. Judge Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not going to be sworn in as our next president. It's not going to happen. You think day one we're going to let them go ape shit on our immigrants here that contribute so much to our society? By the way, that handle most of the brunt of our agriculture, our food service, and construction. The punched in the stomach to our economy would just be crazy. But that's not the reason. That's just one of the reasons. Donald Trump is going to go to jail. The only question is, do they have a driving range where he's being placed? Go to sleep. Relax. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.